Hi, Moon Sister Mondays, empowering the feminine by working with the moon and Venus. So this is a new series I'm starting. I'm changing over from the Venus Fridays that I've been doing. If you're new to me, I'm Sheridan Semple, divine feminine astrologer, and working with the phases of the moon is one of the best ways I've found to empower women to make meaningful changes in their lives that move them towards their intended soul paths. So let's jump in. So we're talking about the week of September 9th, today, Monday, through this Sunday, September 15th. So we start this week with the sun in Virgo, Venus in Libra, and the moon is entering Sagittarius today. So the sun in Virgo brings the end of a season, right? Change and transition into fall in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere. So tropical astrology, which is what I practice, is all about the seasons, right? It's marked by the solstices and the equinoxes. So what are you feeling before we jump into what all this means, right? What are you noticing? So you can always pause the recording if you need a moment to kind of just feel into what these things are that's happening on the earth and in the sky right now for yourself. So the sun, our light, our spirit planet, is in Virgo, the priestess sign. Paying attention to the patterns of the earth and the sky to remind us of the sacred, right? That's her job. She's the one who's tracking the sun on the horizon and is telling us that the September equinox is coming soon. Where I live, the rabbit brush, these amazing shrubs are blooming, this like really deep golden flowers. The sagebrush is flowering. Yellow is beginning to tinge the landscape, right? I'm in Colorado, high in the mountains, so fall comes early here for me. It's starting to get cool outside. So what's happening where you live that lets you know that the seasons are changing? Mutable signs like Virgo herald in that change. So Venus, our divine feminine planet, is moving through Libra now, an air sign that teaches us about conscious relationships and how to not lose or sacrifice ourselves in relationships. Libra is the peacemaker, always striving for harmony, but can easily sacrifice itself for the projections and needs of others. So while Venus moves through Libra, we have an opportunity to look at ourselves more clearly in the mirror, and see that, look at ourselves in that mirror reflection that our relationships provide for us. And now's a good time to check in. Like, do you like what you see? As well as going outside in the evening after the sunset to look for Venus and see her and commune with her and connect with her, right? We've just moved through into the sacral chakra in the Venus cycle. So it's a time to like tune into and connect with like your creativity and what are you birthing and creating and gestating in your womb within Libra, and relationships and who you are and how you see and understand and know yourself. So the moon is moving today from deep, emotional, watery Scorpio into fiery, passion-oriented Sagittarius, right? Passion is what these two signs actually have in common. For Scorpio, the passion is for emotions and feelings of aliveness. For Sagittarius, it's the passion to search for meaning in the world, right? To climb the next unknown peak, go over the next unknown horizon, exploring and experiencing everything it can so it can understand the world better and what it means for us to be here, right? Having all the experiences. That's something else that Scorpio and Sagittarius really have in common, is wanting to have a wide range of experiences. So what does this transition feel like for you today from Scorpio into Sagittarius? So does it feel better or for worse for you when the moon, our soul sign of the feminine, is in water or fire? Do you have a lot of water in your chart or fire in your chart? Does that impact how you feel? Yes, it definitely impacts, but like, how does it inform how you feel with each of the different moon signs, right? This is a really important way to connect into these cycles. It's very Virgo to tune into what sign is the moon moving through? How am I feeling? What am I experiencing? And kind of feeling that repeat month after month so we can increase our awareness and understanding of ourselves in the world that we're moving through. So just take notice, right? You don't have to be an expert at it. We're just noticing and paying attention. So dropping into our present state through connecting to the movement of the moon empowers our feminine, our feeling side, our knowing side, our intuitive sides, our being in our bodies and matter sides, because the moon really pulls on the waters of our bodies. It pulls on our menstrual cycles. It pulls on our hormonal cycles, right? It has a really large impact in our bodies. So tomorrow, Tuesday, the moon and sun square off for the waxing, getting lighter Sagittarius half moon. This is the second phase in the moon cycle, coming off the Virgo new moon last Monday. So if you set a monthly intention last week, which I highly recommend, then this is this first quarter moon is a checkpoint, right? Are you taking the necessary action around your intention to bring it to fruition this month, right? Are you taking the small steps needed? Have you totally forgotten about your new moon intention? I have been guilty of that plenty of times. So Sagittarius wants growth and change. So this moon's energy is really here to help support us in taking that passionate action, those small steps towards our intention. And I'll talk more about those micro actions when we get to this next new moon. So on Wednesday, the moon enters Capricorn, now into an earth sign. This brings a practicality to our Sagittarius vision and can help us in taking those necessary steps from the half moon. The Capricorn moon wants to build structure to uphold your vision, right? So how does the moon entering Capricorn feel to you? Again, it'll depend upon your own natal chart, whether it feels good, this is like something you like. It doesn't feel as good, it's more challenging, but it's all there for us to learn and grow. On Thursday, the sun squares Jupiter and the moon meets with Mars, right? So the Virgo sun squares Gemini and Jupiter. They're 90 degrees away from each other in the sky, right? This is an extra ramping up of that mental energy of both Virgo and Gemini. So stay grounded, that'll help. It's also a boost to what you find sacred in your life. So lean into that, right? It's the Gemini Jupiter, that curious, expansive energy is touching in with that Virgo, what's sacred, sun, sacred in your vision. Look in the early morning hours to see the moon meet with Mars. So if you're an early bird, before the sunrise, because once it starts to get pretty light, then Mars you won't be able to see, but the moon, of course, you can. This is a connection between that waxing moon, gaining light, and Mars, our divine masculine planet, highlighting this action-oriented time of the moon cycle. As the moon is gaining light, it's like filled with action. This is the week that we want to be taking those small steps towards a larger vision, micro steps to make our new moon intention a reality. On Friday, Venus and the moon square off, and this could offer more action and taking steps that really empower your feminine side, stepping into more of your feminine power. Or it could bring to the forefront where there's discordance or disconnection between your vision and reality, right? And again, none of this is meant to encourage self-judgment. It's just meant to help us really understand ourselves and over time step into more and more of our wholeness. Okay, last item on the weekly agenda. So the moon enters Aquarius on Saturday and we get some space, right? We can detach and see the larger picture. We get to step back and see what we've been building with our actions during this waxing phase of the moon, or what steps we might need to take next. Venus trines Jupiter, right? So into anyway, so I'm getting distracted. So Venus trines Jupiter as well on Saturday. That's what I was trying to say. So there is an infusion, right? Jupiter of empowering energy brought into the feminine. So let's use that while we have that bigger picture, that bigger vision view, while we are bringing our new moon intentions into fruition, into happening, so that we keep taking steps towards the larger vision of where we want to be going and what we're trying to do and accomplish with our lives. So see you next Monday as we move into the Pisces full moon, a lunar eclipse, super moon, right? That's a mouthful. So more to come on that then. Thanks for watching. Comment or ask questions below, subscribe to my channel, or join my newsletter to get my weekly Moon Sisters Mondays sent directly to you. I appreciate you. See you next week.